And I do believe that we are live and we're off. It is 9 a.m. here in Los Angeles. Friday. It's Friday, August 9th, AD 2024. What's up, everybody? Seasal, Lucky Larry, Green, Court Green, Galahad X, who gives me the creeps. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Sorry, Galahad X. Not sorry, but forgive me. I'm live on Rumble. Let me click live on IG. We're going to have a fun loosey-goosey The Hake Report show. We will take your calls if you'd like to call in. I welcome your calls, okay? Don't be scared. Don't be nervous. Why are you getting nervous, man? It's just Hakey Hake. Little beta Hake. Come on. Call in. 1-888-775-3773. We will, we may talk a little bit more about, the angry whites who think it's a good idea to become terrorists in their own country. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think one of the great things about whites is we are civilized. We act like civilized men. I say we loosely because I don't and you don't, but let's do it. Shall we? And so shout out to my callers who disagree with me about condemning the riots, I guess. I don't even know what the whites have done, but I heard that some hotels were set on fire, and one of my callers avowed that as, it's a deterrent from other people coming in. Yeah, but at what cost? You may cost some innocent person's life. So anyway, we'll talk about that. Hopefully. A shout out to Of Air and Sea, to Alex, who's calmer than the others, and to Mark from Los Angeles, and the snakes who are patting Hake's back with their snake hands. Good job, Hake. Condemn those whites, your white brothers. So all that, and also space is fake, guys. Space.com is fake news. After all, I didn't get to it. But it's also real and morally straight. Real space is real and morally straight, and I have the pictures to prove it. But anyway, guys, it is Friday. It is the AJ Gallardo original theme song. So let's get right on with the show.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying, if you're watching the video feed, the beautiful scene under the boardwalk, Santa Monica, California. The nice little waves and the nice little acoustic guitar of the AJ Gallardo original The Hake Report theme song. He's like, you need a song.
Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la. Oh, it's the Hake Report, the Hake Report, la la la.
So, how you guys doing? Thank you, Nick, American Anchor, baby. He's still backing me up. I am fine. I have my, the wall going up t-shirt. Just because I'm a coward who doesn't support riots and burning down stuff and fighting with Muslims who had nothing to do with the particular young whippersnapper who stabbed and killed those little girls. Just because I'm soft, pious, coward, and whatever else, doesn't mean I'm not for the wall going up. A big, beautiful wall. Trump's wall. It did go up. People are like, it didn't go up. Yes, it did. They didn't complete it. And by the way, Mexico will pay for it. And it'll pay for itself, please. That's like, I don't care who pays for it, but Mexico will pay for it through remittances and other things. You got guitar tab for that song? I don't know. I could ask my friend if he made tabs. Can you get sound it out? Are you guys able to sound out the... Ask Nick. Nick will make tabs for you, or he'll sound it out and you copy him. Yeah, so people are like, oh, the wall didn't go up. Yes, it did. I mean, it largely went up. No need for tabs, but okay, let's do it tonight, says Nick the Anchor Baby. Catch American Anchor Baby. 4 p.m. Pacific time, 6 Central, 7 Eastern, roughly. And it's a best show of the week. His Fridays with Anchor Baby. As long as he doesn't crash. Even when he crashes, it's a great show. Usually. So, anyway, nice. Sweet. Let me see if I can present to you a little bit of news, and then I'll get to your calls. I see you guys, some of you are already on hold. I won't abuse your hold time. I'll try not to anyway. I have this guy who's, you know, Hake tries to talk tough sometimes. And do you know where I get it from? You know where I get talking tough from? Oops. I get talking tough from none other than this guy. This guy right here who says, no more excuses. No more excuses. I want to see results. That's California Governor Gavin Newsom, who's not playing around. I got this from the morning updates from Commie Nonsense Network. It's a ridiculously ad-heavy website. It's the only way they make money, by being advertiser-friendly, because advertisers are commie capitalists. No more excuses. I want to see results. He talks all gruff. And he's pretending to be tough. He's criticizing some local jurisdictions for not doing enough to reduce homelessness despite the, quote, unprecedented resources, unquote, that the state of California has provided. The governor issued an executive order in July, just the other week, on state agencies to begin taking down homeless encampments on state property. And what about the rest of us, Newsom? I guess he doesn't really have the authority over private property or city property. But I encourage the private properties and cities to run off these homeless bums. You know? And if they have nowhere else to go, then we work with them, as Trump said. I'm already signed up for the news, you know, the morning updates. He said what the heck? Look at this, ridiculous. Okay. Governor Newsom, look at him in a t-shirt, looking like the American Psycho. California governor tells local officials to reduce homelessness or else he will cut funds. Getting tough. And, you know, that's how the state and federal government try to meddle with you. They say they try to give you money, and then they control you with that money like a puppet. Trump is trying to control the colleges from allowing the freedom of speech to be evil and anti-Israel and stuff like that. And we're going to pull our federal funding for you colleges that don't support the BDS talk. Boycott, divestment, and sanctions against our greatest ally, Israel. And so this guy is also trying to control the locals, because he's trying to say, see, I cleaned up California. I'll be a good vice president or I don't know, a good governor or something. He's left it to go out of control until an election year. Huh. I guess he's trying to take away that quote-unquote talking point from Trump and the people talking about how these Democrats are allowing the homelessness to go out of control and encouraging the homelessness to go out of control and enabling the druggies to be druggies. And, you know, the rhinos are all soft, too. They're like, oh, these drug addicts are victims. Self-victimized. Governor Gavin Newsom said he will start to redirect money from cities and counties that don't show demonstrable results in reducing homelessness. But they're talking about state property, so they're just going to move them to some place where you don't like them anyway either. What a mess. They're still enablers of evil. Democrat governor's order came after that Supreme Court decision in June that said an Oregon city that ticketed the homeless people for sleeping outside, that the city can do that. Based. See? You're not allowed to sleep outside. I've slept outside before. At the beach, at a park. And I wasn't even homeless. I was just like, I'm too tired to go all the way home. But the homeless bums were like, you okay, brother? Don't do that, kids. I'm kidding. I didn't do that. I'm kidding. I didn't do that, kids. Don't do that. No more excuses. You've got the money. You've got the flexibility. You've got the green light. You've got support from the state, and the public is demanding it of you. I'm here on behalf of 40 million Californians that are fed up. I'm here because I'm one of them. He's not tough. California has the largest homeless population in the nation. More than 180,000 of the estimated 653,000 people. That's it? People experiencing homelessness nationwide. It feels like far more than that. It feels like there's more than just like 2/3 of a million people experiencing homelessness. I don't know how they count. According to a 2023 report to Congress from Department of Housing and Urban Development. But it might be. It's just disproportionately in LA and the nice climate places all up and down the West Coast. Because it's relatively nice, especially in SoCal. Warmer. And the people are so liberal and accommodating. Stop being so accommodating to the evil in people. What a mess. He said that his comments about inaction is not an indictment of the city of Los Angeles and the black female mayor, Karen Bass, but instead more broadly an indictment of counties that need to do more. This is not one of those political things. He says, yes, it is. Of course it is. This is a sincerely held belief we need local government to step up. This is a crisis. Act like it. Yeah, I know. Karen Bass called it like an emergency or something. And she said, we need to bring our unhoused neighbors inside. What a mess. Look at him, and there's like a homeless tarp right there. I don't know if it's a homeless tarp. He helped clean up an encampment site in LA on Thursday. Aw, don't you just like this beta evil Chad governor? Happy birthday, Mistyyy, says Army Ann. Army Ann with a diamond over on the D Live crew. Indeed, Mistyyy. Oh, my bad. Happy birthday. That's cool. What a mess, huh? No, Misty's birthday is not a mess. Gregatron with a tip over on Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/The Hake Report. Hake, your callers have been going in on you lately. We need clips of Mark's calls, he says. Nice idea. Nice idea. Not everybody has time for 2 hours a day. Indeed. Get the message out. You should have more views. Great show. Thank you, Gregatron. Appreciate the support as always, and the tips, the feedback. You're a real one. Whatever that means. No, solid guy. Solid guy. You think whose arms are bigger, Gregatron's or Hake's? I'm deceptively strong. Sometimes. Jaime from Minnesota says, dog pile on Mark, show him the love of the Lord, says Jaime in Minnesota. Indeed. They'll ship the homeless out like New York does, says It's Me Xenia, a monthly supporter on Rumble. Let me double check on Cash App, and then I'll get back to calls, guys. All clear on Cash App. Thank you, Tim Scott and Harmony, for the support. And it's the real Mr. Mad from a couple months back. That's cool. Am I live on Punchy? I should be live. Nice. What's up? Brian was on punchy.tv/Hake yesterday. Nice to see you over there. Platform hopping. What's up? Sorry, I'm sad. For 2014. Am I the only reason you have to go live on Instagram? My apologies. No apologies needed. Oh, you know what? I'm not live on my Odyssey because I tried to go live on BitChute. BitChute.com/The Hake Report. Let's see if it's going. Because I set it up yesterday. No, it's not going. I should reconnect my Odyssey. I'm gonna do that while you and I listen to a first-time caller. Sarah, is my stream going okay? I think it hopefully is. Did my stream cut out? Hopefully I'm okay. Sarah in Arizona is on the line here. What's up, Sarah? Thank you for calling and holding there.
Hi, James.
Hey, good to hear from you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I called you. Well, I called Jesse's show earlier this week.
Oh, nice.
You remember me?
Maybe.
You're white. I can ask you if you remember. No.
Yeah.
No, it was about the ball not being a spinning ball Earth.
Oh, I remember you now a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just a second ago, before I called, the reason that pushed me to call was because I heard you say space is fake. Remember, I said I think outer space is water, and that we've never been there. We never went to the moon and all that.
Yeah.
It's true.
But that's not what I was thinking. I was being kind of facetious. But go ahead.
No, it's true though, because if you don't believe, if they lied about that, then they lied about everything. Correct?
No.
Like if once, what do you mean? you would trust something that was told because they told you they went to the moon and they called the president on Christmas Day and there was no delay in live time. 1969, they could do that. Nope.
There's no mountains in the way, so of course they could do it.
Oh, they were in the tunnel.
Tunnel?
I always drop calls in the tunnel. I can't even be on speakerphone and.
Exactly. Yeah. See, there's
connection. So
that's because
how do they call?
Because there's no right now. If I'm on a cell phone in a building or behind a mountain from you, then maybe I can't reach you. Or if I'm in the mountains and there's interference because of that, all that stuff. But they have a straight shot from the bright side of the moon to Earth. Straight shot, hopefully. At least if Houston was facing. If Houston was facing the moon at that point, then definitely.
Nice.
Or
why are you
DC.
married to the idea?
Married to the idea that space is real and we landed on the moon?
Let it go.
I mean, I don't.
And that we're a spinning ball. That's the part.
Well,
the
spinning ball, I know for sure.
That it's not right.
That it is.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it's so obvious.
I don't know. If you free fall off of a 100-story building, you wouldn't even reach 1,000 miles an hour. We have no even clue how fast that is.
Right. So then how since we have
there's no way we're going that.
No. But since wait.
Sticking to the walls.
Let me debunk that because we had a speed limit of under 30 miles an hour at one point when we had cars in our early days. Because we didn't know what happened at 30 miles an hour. Likewise, you and I don't know what 1,000 miles an hour is, so we don't know what happens at 1,000 miles an hour. So we don't know that we can't say that we're definitely not going 1,000 miles an hour because you and I don't know what 1,000 miles an hour feels like or doesn't feel like.
Yeah, but we know what 300 miles an hour feels like if we've been on an airplane. If we skydive, we know what 200 miles an hour is.
That's just what they tell us is 300 or 200 miles an hour. I don't even know if we're actually going.
Technology, you can do it. You can do your miles per hour. I did it in a golf cart. I tried to take the governor off of it to make it go faster.
Whoa.
It was 13. My phone did
Rebel.
miles per hour.
Are you Gen X or Gen Y, millennial, or boomer?
Gen ABCX.
ABCX.
Yeah.
I can tell you're Gen X because you removed the governor. You're like a rebel young woman. Rebel woman.
I wanted it to go faster.
That's so funny. I found out that I have a governor on my car, and it can't go over 115. Not that I ever tried to go 115, but I just found
You should
out.
try it. It's kind of fun. You should try to go 1,000.
Since we don't know what 1,000
You
is,
might end up
how
on
do we
the
know we're
moon.
not going 1,000 though?
You could blink and be on the moon.
Look at this big, beautiful globe, and there's too many.
Oh,
Yeah.
last night, because I'm in Phoenix, I got I had a sunset and a rainbow, and I got both sides, one full, upside down U of the rainbow. Front, the whole thing. I have a picture of it. I'll email it to you.
Nice. Right on.
Yeah. It was really awesome.
I wanted to turn on my whatever it was called. So yeah, I mean, I don't care so much about the moon landing. I'm pretty sure it did happen. Just the way.
Why?
Because why wouldn't we
How
have
come
gone
we
to the
never went
moon?
back? How come we never went back, and how come no one else has ever gone? And our technology is so much better and more advanced, and all that stuff would be obsolete now, and we could be having a grocery store up there by now if that was true.
I'm perfectly fine with the notion that we could not go back, and I'll tell you why. I think it's quite plausible that we couldn't go back is because think about the way that we make stuff nowadays. It's so cheap, and so we don't have we just don't have the same quality of people, nor the same quality of materials that we use, and everything. We used to overbuild stuff with high quality, built to last forever.
But we still get coal, and we can still do iron and steel and all that stuff. They can still make it. They can still use those same materials.
Okay, I'm live on Odyssey, guys.
Only in China do they make it really.
But we're
made
already
in USA. They make it quality.
And I've only ever heard from you guys. I've only heard from you guys that we don't have we lost the technology. I haven't heard it from them.
Well, you didn't hear that they went again either. So.
But they're going to go again. They're about to go again in 2028, and then you'll eat your hat.
Only if Trump becomes president, because he likes the SpaceX.
Yeah. See, Trump loves space.
He's gonna send his gold toilet to the moon.
You see, all of our most based normie billionaires love space. Trump, Elon Musk. So
no, the boomers will only love Trump.
Elon Musk loves space, and he's Gen X.
Only love space. Only space.
Elon Musk is Gen X,
space.
Right?
Are you sure?
I
think he might be on the cusp.
No, he's for sure Gen X. He's nowhere near a boomer.
All right.
Yeah. So
they're the ones who fell for it because that's who they told in 1969 was that age people, and they all were like, "Oh, look at us, we're better than Russia."
I know. Yeah, that part is.
It's all the same story. It really is. Every election year, it all comes back. It's the same thing. Like
that part is.
Story.
That part I don't really care as much about, like the bragging rights to have gone there. But it's pretty good, though, because you have to be pretty inventive to come up with the technology and make it actually work. So it's kind of cool because most of the time technology is advanced during wartime. I'm told, because it's necessary to come up with the best technology to kill your enemy. But now they're doing the best technology to win to get in space, and then from space you can kill your enemy potentially, maybe, or at least prevent.
Why are we having all these enemies though? Like why were we even over there for wars? They weren't a threat to us here. Like say,
I'm with you on that. Yeah, I disavow this.
That's basically like abortion because they sent our firstborn sons to die for no reason when they did that. All our young men.
I agree with you. I don't like World War II or the Cold War necessarily. I mean, they were like, "Ooh, we beat communism. We became communists."
Afghanistan.
Huh?
Even in Afghanistan, they don't even have internet. They were living in caves. They were not a threat to us.
And you'll notice that Trump wanted to end endless wars, and he did not.
He had no war. He was the first president with no war. What? Right?
Well, there were wars, but he didn't start new wars. At least not on a major level. He tried to like get them under control. He decimated ISIS.
He just got them all against himself. He took them away from fighting everyone else. They got them all fighting him.
I mean, he was respected by the most dangerous people. You know, he had the respect of Putin. It seemed like he had the respect of Kim Jong-un and Xi Jinping.
He was a fanboy.
Yeah,
Kim Jong-un loved him.
Yeah. So and Trump loves space, and Trump doesn't love war. And so, hey, I'm with you on the not wanting to. But the world is evil, and we're gonna have enemies. But you're right. We're unnecessarily creating enemies. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, we don't need to we're gonna keep our mind, keep ourselves looked at and worry about us, like the wall and our country and our kids and our everything, not what's going on everywhere else, like Ukraine.
That's right.
They got themselves into that trouble. They need to work on it themselves.
I'm with you on that. I mean, we kind of pushed them into it, I guess. NATO did, and the
but
establishment.
The consequences for your own actions.
Yeah.
You can't ever blame anyone else for anything else that you do. I'm
with you, but you don't want to be. I don't think that you should really be worrying your pretty little head about all this stuff.
I'm not worried. I just like to fire people up. I do, because every time I say it, no matter who I say anything to, they get so fired up.
That's funny.
Like, whatever. Like, what do you care what I say?
It's great.
I'm ridiculous.
It's great talking to you, Sarah, in Arizona.
You too. Thanks for taking my call, Jay.
Appreciate you. Bye.
Bye.
What a nice call. Neto in Illinois is on the line. Am I saying your name correctly, Neto?
Yeah, that's good, man.
Oh, right on. Good to hear from you. Oh, you sound like you're on speakerphone, though, or Bluetooth. I'm hearing my voice come back. Come to regular phone.
Sorry.
He's new. First-time caller, Neto?
Yeah, how about now?
That's so much better. Thank you.
Cool.
So what's up?
Oh, yeah. So I had a question. Do you think that evil spirits inside of us could talk between my wife and me?
Oh, yeah, definitely. And you know how you pick up vibes from people? I feel like maybe it's through that. Especially if, like, you're unawares, or you're in a mode on a kick, tripping, and she's tripping.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's evil spirit, and I think maybe good spirits too. Like, somebody can say nothing to you, and it can be from like the right spirit, and it's like perfect. It's just what you needed. It's better than anything they could have said to you. It sends like the perfect message.
That is true. I bumped into some people like that throughout my life.
Yeah. So I mean, it's kind of like nonverbal communication, but I think there's also it's kind of a conspiracy theory of mine. It's sort of wishful thinking, perhaps. They say you never even see them again, but you're right within, you're not holding a grudge. It's kind of like you're praying for them, and maybe like it does them some good too, perhaps. That may be not true at all, but it's definitely good for you not to forgive even an old friend whom you had to cut off, or they cut you off.
Yeah.
And even it doesn't matter if you left off on a bad note. You know how people are like, oh, my last words to my dad before he got hit by a car was, "Forget you, Dad." And so I feel guilty for the rest of my life. No, that doesn't matter. It matters how you are in your heart towards him now, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
I appreciate what all you guys have been doing for the past, I don't know, however years. And I've noticed a lot of what you guys talked about throughout my 15 years of marriage. And my kids are 13 and 14, girl and a boy. And I've seen a lot of the woman, my wife's woman, the will that she tried to put on my kids. And I was trying to I guess, so when my son, when he was like 5 and 6, my wife, like, I think she leans more towards liberal,
Yeah.
And yeah, she was trying to basically my daughter, she's older, so she basically she was telling her like, you know, you could be whoever you want to be. Like she basically, like my wife came up to me, she's like, she wants to be binary, like she wants to be called they and them and all this crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe it. I was upset, and you know, I didn't know what to think. And,
Sounds like
you know,
Elon Musk situation.
So I just kind of let it be. I didn't show too much. I was trying not to show too much anger, but I still was trying to show her my masculinity side and my protective side, and treating her how I always wanted to be treated, like like a little princess or whatever.
Yeah.
And my son, she tried to like make him seem like it's okay to wear dresses, and I would see that he would wear dresses in his room, and I told her, I'm like, this is not how men are.
Right.
And it's been crazy, but luckily, thank God, you know, she now she's back to her normal side. She doesn't want to be called they them anymore.
Oh, cool. The daughter.
Yes. So like God got to her. I don't know what happened, but it was amazing.
It's so good not to overreact, even with your son, just to be normal about it. Be like, no, that's not right. You know, rather than panic and go overly crazy, try to scare him or something. That's so effeminate to try to intimidate somebody.
Exactly.
Or force them into submission. Cool, man. What a nice report.
Yeah. So I'm still trying. We're still married, and it's been hell. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I'm in it. I'm married to the devil's daughter.
Yeah.
But I'm opening up my eyes a whole lot more now, and everything's coming in slowly. But yeah, I'm trying to stick in there with the silent prayer and see these evils appearing in my head, and yeah.
That's cool, man. I've heard from over the years coming to Bond, the men's forums, the church services, and listening to phone calls, men dealing with hellish women, and sometimes women dealing with beta men, and they have peace inside, especially the men. I hear that the men just are at peace about their situation, no matter how bad the woman is overreacting, burning their books, and trying to undermine them and being evil. And whether they stay or go, whether you kick them out or not, the men are at peace about it. It's no longer hell within for them.
You want to hear something crazy that I heard my wife say one time, and she said that she didn't say it, but I heard her.
Uh-huh.
So like one time, my daughter, we were talking about God and all of this, and so she went back in her room, and my son, he's the one that's having difficulty with all his anger, and so she's like, just let me have my son, and let me have my son with my devil, and she said something like that. And I'm like, what did you say? She was like, what do you mean? And like making it seem like she didn't say it, but I heard that come out of her mouth. It was crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it's funny how people will just outright deny saying what they said. And I don't know if they know they're lying or if they're that unconscious about how they're being and what they're doing and what they're saying, how possessed they are.
Yeah.
Devilish.
It comes in and out.
Yeah. Was she, Nugget Man wants to know if she was, well, he says the R word. Was she that messed up? R word, not ape, but tard. Was she messed up when you married her? Was she messed up in the head in this way when you married her?
Yeah, she was raised Jehovah's Witness, and she went through a lot before I met her. She went through guys, and yeah, so like she was really damaged when I met her, and she warned me, and I of course had that night beta male inside of me, and I just felt like I could show her that love that she never got, and that was wrong.
Oh, okay, nice. What a good report though, Neto.
Yeah, man, I'm trying to show light in you guys. And there's a lot of guys out there that I bump into that I see the hell that they're going in through. But we just gotta stick it out. We'll make it.
Yeah, you may not be able to show. Don't try to show light. Just wish them well. Only give them advice if they ask for it. Because, you could try to show light, and then that's trying to do something is different. It's kind of liberal, trying to do something. It's like trying to be diverse, whereas diversity kind of naturally happens in life, a little bit of diversity with mostly whatever, different things. Liberals try to force fake love. If you know what I mean, you don't want to get into like preachery mode. Yeah. Nice, though. That's cool. In Illinois.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
It's great to hear from you. Call me again, Neto.
All right, man. God bless you guys.
All right. Bye. Galahad, if I'm pronouncing his name correctly, from Guatemala. Galahad, am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Oh, brother.
Hey.
Yeah, correct. Galahad.
Nice to hear from you. Thanks for calling.
Oh, my pleasure, bro. You said that I was giving you the creep, so I want to...
Yeah, I know. I was like, I
stay
shouldn't have
straight.
said that. That's messed up.
No, that was cool.
How you
I
doing?
know what it is, though. But
You don't know.
great,
You don't
man,
know
doing
what it
great.
is, or you do know what it is.
I do know what it is.
Okay.
But it's cool.
Right on. Fair
It's
enough.
the flesh.
It's the what?
It's the flesh.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There's no need for having the creeps. That's woman stuff. Go ahead.
Exactly.
It's good to hear from you.
Oh, my pleasure. I wanted to call you first because, we've been having a great week. I've been seeing you grow and, seeing you stop with the labels and all that. God is good, man. God is good. And I appreciate just watching you guys grow and keeping in the spirit, bro.
Cool.
Great.
What do you mean by labels?
You gotta get away from the labels, bro. We're one in the spirit of Christ. So
Which labels?
try to avoid them. Try to avoid them, right?
Which labels?
White guy, black guy, the Georgia accent, the South. Try not to. I'm not trying to tell you.
Oh,
what
by
to do.
labels you mean like teams, like Team
labels.
White, like Team
yeah,
White versus
things
Team
like-
Black, that type of thing.
It's very primitive, right? Yeah.
I like
It's
I like
tribal.
labels that you can like define worldly situations that people are in. I'm in a situation as a white man, and you're in a situation as Galahad over down there in Guatemala, and
Right.
I don't know if you're Hispanic or what. Are you from
You're
Guatemala?
white. Yeah, I'm from Guatemala.
Well, how do you have such great English?
Oh, I don't know. God's grace, I guess.
Nice.
I grew up white.
Right on. Right. Are you a white Hispanic?
No.
A
I'm
white
actually
Latino?
kind of like tan. My mom is white. My dad is more of a tan looking.
Okay, so your dad is
I
is your
belong
dad
to everyone.
more Indian down there? Central American Indian?
Kind
whatever
of,
it is.
a little black, I think, a little white as well.
Okay, yeah.
So
Oh, okay.
I belong to everyone. I feel blessed by that, and,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's why I was like emphatic on the labels because I understand how that divides people and how that just prolongs the warfare, the race wars.
But
it's not
it's-
from Christ, bro. You know better. You know it.
I know,
Don't
but it's
try to act
but it's good.
don't
It's
know.
good to point out the different things that because being what your situation and other people's situations are situations that they fall into. They fall into different temptations that are common to those different people. Like the blacks, right now most of the blacks, I would say, fall into the temptation of suspecting that whites are racist, which is ridiculous, being all suspicious. But, and so that's a common temptation among so many of them. And it's good to point it out. It's good to say they're wrong for it. It's good to be patient with them and understanding of them. You know what I mean? So I like
I
labels
understand where you're coming from.
because then you
Yeah.
can see,
But, Christ is
blacks
different.
end up like this and whites end up like this. And it's fun. I
Yeah,
get,
but
and it's
fun.
kind of like men and women. Men and women are labels, and they are useful labels while we're on Earth. I get that a woman is no different from me when it comes to like, we're both hellish people and evil and in hell, or we're children, we're brothers and sisters, we're, you know, children of God or whatever. In heaven, we're not going to be married nor given in marriage. So all those, man and woman label is only pertinent on earth. But, you know, the liberals try to get rid of labels, and they try to get rid of man and woman. And they get rid of it for the kingdom of Satan rather than for the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, but how can the kingdom of heaven be within you if it's not on this earth, and you are on this earth?
I know, but you have to deal with both realities.
Not really, bro.
Hake is no different from a woman.
Spirit, you're in the spirit, and if you're in the flesh, you're a woman.
Oh, whatever. You're a woman. You're using a label on me. Nice.
Right. So, you know, try to. I know you love God, and I know you're beginning to believe. I know why. That's why I'm giving you the creeps. But you know, I just wanted to say to all of you guys, Nick and Joel, because I've been giving you a hard time on the chat this whole week. But I'm just trying to wake up the spirit in you so you can, you know, join us with Jesse on this side of heaven.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. May I pass along the same advice I gave to NETO, because NETO, too, said he was trying to wake up his other people. Don't necessarily try to wake me up, you know?
I know it hurts.
You know what I mean? No, I'm not talking about for my sake. I'm talking about for the sake of not coming off as a weirdo.
Well, thank you. That is so lovely.
Right on. It's fun talking to you, Galahad.
You know what? It's about once you're still and God starts to reveal himself to you.
Yeah.
You can only hear God's words and try to think about that, right? If somebody's coming at you the wrong way, just hear God's words and you'll be fine.
Nice. Thank you, man.
God bless you, bro. God bless you all, and God bless what you're doing.
Appreciate
You're doing great work.
Thank you, man.
Well, have a great day. I have to get back to work.
Sounds good. A working man. I respect it.
Later.
All right, bye.
For sure.
Over on Rumble, Prep Ham Paul, nice to see you, man. Did you know Hake is on Rumble? Are we saying there are no genders after this life in the spirit? I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. Like, what would be the purpose of a gender? Like, the purpose of the genders on this earth are the men fall in this role, and the women fall in this role, and then they have the children. Some of us, and some of us don't, and that's fine. Like, what difference does it make if you have a child or not? Just to your ego, just to your, like, a little me, but it's not really you. But I know, I get it. We're kind of supposed to, most of us, but I don't know, whatever. You turn transgender after you die. No, stop it. Oh, I can't say that word. Something flying monkey. Something flinging monkey. Nice to hear from you guys over on the Facebook crew. Let me double check for more super chats. Any more super chats before I get back here? Hey, Hayden in Tejas, Texas. Hayden, thank you for calling and holding there, man. What's up?
What's going on, Hake?
Not much. It's been a little while. Hope you're well.
It has been a while, yeah. Hake, how does it make you feel to go on the internet and see all these videos about black voters for Trump? How does that make you feel, since we're supposed to not see color as white people?
I don't think of myself as not being supposed to see color or think about it or judge people based on color, because I like seeing and commenting and talking about the color thing.
Exactly.
I think that seeing the black voters for Trump, it's cute. I'm indifferent on it. It's still sort of silly because they're kind of being like into the black thing potentially. Some of them may not be. Some of them might just be, I happen to be black and I'm for Trump. But it's like white dudes for Harris? Kamala, yeah. It's like, I saw on this other. I saw this clip of somebody saying, "Are you a white dude for Harris?" And this supposedly white guy, I don't know if he was normal. He's like, "Well, I sure as heck am not a black dude for Harris."
I saw that.
Funny, huh? Ridiculous. That was endearing. A shout out to the
Oh my
white dude for
gosh.
Harris.
Lord have mercy. That was so embarrassing. That was so embarrassing. No, I was just saying because I mean, like I've seen all. It's nothing new, but I mean, like if you're not supposed the politically correct way of thinking today is you're not allowed to see color or gender.
Right.
And that's to handicap society because those things do matter. Those
Yeah.
things do matter a ton. I mean, look at our current situation today. I mean, we have women in Kamala Harris right now.
Right.
She thinks she's on top of the world. She's a black woman. I mean, that's the worst possible scenario.
And I don't even think of her as a normal black woman. She's a try-hard, wannabe black sort of black woman.
She's a chameleon.
Yeah. Kamala, Chameleon. What a good song. I just ruined it.
It is. But I don't know if you've been keeping up with the polls or not. The real ones. Trump's killing in the polls.
Really?
Trump is killing. He is killing in the polls. Yeah, the Rasmussen polls, the legit polls on the internet. He's absolutely soaring. I don't know if you saw his press conference at Mar-a-Lago yesterday.
I did a little bit. I just saw a clip of it.
Yeah, he's on top. He's doing absolutely amazing. JD Vance is. Did you see the video of him seeing the airplane?
No.
You didn't see that video? He went past the U.S. the vice Kamala Harris's airplane. He said, "Yeah, I just wanted to come by and take a look at my the airplane I'm going to be flying in a couple of months." You didn't see that?
Oh no, I did not see that. That's funny.
Oh,
was it Air Force One or something?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Nice.
How
do you know? I don't know. I wouldn't be so sure that they're doing well or not well. It's hard to know based on polls, you know? And I've heard the opposite. I've heard that the campaign is kind of dead right now and that Trump is maybe on the verge of firing his campaign staff like he did several years ago in 2016 and brought in new blood. So, and I don't know if that's true at all either. I'm not giving any credence to that either.
Right, yeah.
I'm not worried either way. I enjoy seeing Trump be a man, and I'm just enjoying life the best I can. You know what I mean?
That's the best way to go.
Yeah.
But I mean, to all conservative, they want you to be fearful of this election, and they want to make it a lane. I mean, look at her rallies and all the hype. Thank you for bringing the hype back, Kamala. Thank you. And Tim Walz like a complete nut on stage, waving his hands, and he does that cat voters for Trump thing or whatever.
Oh,
I don't know if you saw
Lord.
that or not.
No, I didn't catch that. He seems interesting. I was impressed, actually.
You were impressed?
No, here, let me tell you this story. I saw the clip of him calling out, quote unquote, J.D. Vance.
Yeah.
And just his personality, I was like, I can understand why voters fall for him, because he comes off as confident. He comes off as confident. Whether he's confident or not, he comes off that way. And it was kind of interesting. He did a good job in that little segment that I saw him going after J.D. Vance. Even if I didn't think that his going after J.D. Vance was clear. I don't think he made any good points, but he presented himself with kind of boldly, and that was sort of refreshing to see a man present himself well.
Right. Well, to me, he looks like a complete loony on the stage.
He might be. I've seen other pictures of him. I kind of know what you're talking about. Like he waves all weird and.
Exactly.
And why would you want to be a VP under Kamala Harris? That's embarrassing.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Beta.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to be a beta to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's literally like a relationship, and you're letting your wife take the lead. That's literally what this is.
Terrible.
I mean, the media is already saying, "Oh, what a good couple, Harris and Walz."
Yeah.
I mean, they're making it like they're in a relationship or something. I mean, it's so sick.
Right.
It is so sick.
Yeah.
Trump's killing it with white voters. Of course, they're the minority in the black vote. The black vote is 75% of the Democrat Party.
Wow.
75%. I mean, if that doesn't say stuff about color and gender and all that stuff, I don't know what does.
Yeah.
I don't know what does.
No, I know they've been worse than that. They were 90. They were 96% for Obama twice.
Oh, I know.
Twice.
Yep.
And now I know that there were a lot of black voters. Some of them black voters, maybe even a lot, didn't even vote in the 2012 because they hate Mitt Romney because he's white and
right.
they think he's racist. But they did not vote for Obama the second time, some of them, because Obama was so for the LGBT stuff. He came out.
Oh, yeah.
He came out of the closet as an LGBT supporter. He was always an LGBT supporter, but he came out of the closet as one. He was a secret one. But it wasn't very secret. Sean Hannity and JLP knew that he was for the gay marriage and all that evil agenda.
Oh yeah,
but
but Biden was too. But
right, Biden was
so
before Trump. I mean, Biden was before Obama.
Yeah, I know, and he was so against it, and then just out of the blue, coincidentally, this year on Easter Day, he comes out with Transgender Visibility Day, just out of the blue, coincidentally.
Oh,
I mean, it is just. You didn't hear about that?
Had no other president done that before?
No, he was the first.
Wow.
Transgender Visibility Day on Easter Day.
Right. I know that day happens on like the 29th or whatever, the 29th of April every year. And it's been happening for years, and it just so happened to fell on Easter Sunday. But still, it's so wrong. It's like ridiculous. Why would you even support people's own self-destruction in the name of making them feel better, avoid suicide, which it doesn't even work. It's not even real. It's not even a real solution to suicide. It's terrible.
It is so sick and terrible. I mean, any campaign that brags about the condition of the border right now, brags about wanting to defund the police, brags about putting tampons in little boys' bathrooms.
I heard about that. That's so gross, man.
You have got to be sick to your core to be voting for these clowns.
True. I know, even abortion itself. Like,
abortion
it's so obvious.
Back to abortion.
Yep.
Giving blacks and minority groups reparations. She's bragging about that. I don't know if you've seen that or not.
Wow. Talking about reparations. See, it has never been, like, it was ridiculous right after slavery that they should ever get any reparations. Like, no, you don't deserve any reparations. For what? And then, but it's even more ridiculous now because they've been nothing but catered to, and it's only done them harm. So, what a mess. Anyway.
They don't want to earn their own way. That's why they need all this affirmative action, reparation crap.
Yeah, and it's just bitterness.
It's all a scam.
Yeah, it's revenge.
I know. They just want to destroy society. And Kamala Harris, and of course, she has the complete support of Barack Obama. Their whole agenda is to just destroy America.
Yeah. That's
their only narrative. And you have these brainwashed, white dudes for Harris and all these people who think they're doing a good thing supporting diversity. It is complete. They are camouflaging it and making it seem like it's the greatest thing. This whole diversity crap, and it is the worst thing that I've said this before. Integration, immigration, and all this crap is the worst thing that could ever happen to this country.
Right.
Even worse than abortion. And abortion is horrible. But I mean, this whole integration, immigration, and supporting diversity is the worst thing that's happened to this country.
You might be right about that, because all it did was embrace evil. Embracing evil and pretending that you're loving people, and you're not. Thank you, Hayden in Texas. Great call. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, good talking to you, Hake.
All right. Take care.
Goodbye.
Bye. Oh, Lord. Couple more super chats. Carver bought a coffee. Hey, Hake, not to dox, but I have received another message from the future. Oh, I should see if I could. Let me show you guys my coffees. Is it okay to show you my coffees? Lord have mercy. There's old. Is this the message from the future, Carver, that we're supposed to see? No. A message from the future. I usually keep these to myself to avoid, temporal distortion. But this one is pretty pertinent and directly concerning you. So says Carver. Not to dox. So let's hear what Carver has to say about this. The remaining human population will opt to speak in horrifying slang, as it is the only way to deter the speech recognition tech and maintaining some form of privacy. Indeed, Hake himself has adopted Pig Latin to avoid the censorship. And then I also disavow everything, even stuff that should be allowed to say, but I disavow it for the sake of my channel because of the recognition tech. It will be a combination of English in heavy German accents, mixed with Ebonics and a little bit of sign language. I don't know any sign language. I know that some of you guys did the devil horns with this and pretend like this means I love you. Yeah, okay, this means I love you. It means devil. No, I'm kidding. It means both. Sorry to have to tell you this, but wanted to give you some time to adjust to the new grammar. It's going to be rough. I know, huh? And the grammar, the thing about grammar is the rules change. P.S. Your beard, he explained to me that it was a typo. Bread, your bread looks really classy when it turns gray. He means beard looks really classy when it turns gray. So there is something to look forward to. Yeah, all this black talk and German accent and slang is gonna turn my hair gray, even grayer. Thank you, Carver. Appreciate that. Great coffee there. There was a couple of super chats. Yeah, Mum donated on Streamlabs saying, I appreciate your work. Good job. Thanks, yeah, Mum. And thank you to Harmony for the Cash App tip. No message, I don't think. Thank you, Harmony. Nice to hear from you again. Appreciate you guys. Oh, Hake. Gray bread is questionable. Indeed it is. Indeed. What a mess. How you guys doing? Hello. Nick the Anchor maybe says that. So, space. No. Jaime in Minnesota is on the line here. Jaime, thank you for calling and holding there, man. How are you doing?
Doing pretty good. Hey, how are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks.
That's good. Hey, so I want to talk about Mark's comments, make a commentary on Mark's comments.
Mark's comments this week that he supported the white men who stood up and fought against the Muslims and rioted a bit.
Right.
He didn't necessarily avow everything, but go ahead.
So some of the things that he said, something like, if you were a real Christian, then you would think like this. Sounded like Joe Biden when he said to that black guy, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
If you're not sure who to vote for, then you ain't black.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
And then also like how he said, oh, you got to imagine how these girls are. And then he was saying, I want to try getting the audience to blah, 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 whatever he said. Remember that part? That reminded me of how Obama went up there and was like, if I had a son, he would look like Trayvon Martin.
Appealing to emotion, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to be like, oh, and this is pertinent how? Pertinent in terms of, oh, I relate to him because it could have been my son. But no, also because he's trying to play like he's black. And it's that it happened to Trayvon because he's black. The only sense that makes is that blacks are trained to be suspicious Anyway.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now let this be a lesson to us and to Mark that what you hate is what you become.
That's so
You
true.
become what you hate.
That is so true. Go ahead.
Mark has become Obama and Joe Biden.
Yeah. You know, I was thinking about that. I was saying the same thing because you know how blacks, they don't know anything about the statistics. They don't understand statistics. They're lied to about statistics. And then, oh, let me fix my picture here. Lord, sorry about that. He's like, oh, a white man and a white girls and a black perpetrator. White girl victims and black perpetrator. Must be racist, anti-white. Just like the blacks do, oh, a white cop and a black deceased suspect. Must be racism. No common sense at all. No sense of individuality. And then they just join the bandwagon of overreaction. What a mess.
That's right.
They're so
rope-a-dope.
Yeah, they're manipulated by the news cycle. For good or for evil, and for evil, really.
But then, now he's, well, anyways. So, a while back ago, somebody recommended Mark get a show and call it Mark My Words.
Uh-huh.
Now I think it should be called Mark of the Beast.
Whoa. Why? Because he's devilish? What do you mean by Mark of the Beast?
Have you heard, well, I've heard a theory about what the Mark of the Beast is.
Okay.
It's a theory, and it sounds pretty good and more, likely than any of the other theories. But the stamp on the head is your thoughts, the way that you think.
Whoa.
And the stamp on your hand are your actions that you take.
Oh, because with your hand you do evil. You commit great evils. Interesting.
And then with your head, you think. So those are the marks of the beast.
Interesting. Could be. I don't know.
And then, someday, they showed it over in Russia during the gulags. If you didn't think and do in that way that they wanted, you were going to the internment camps.
If you didn't think and do as they wanted, then you can't buy or sell. Yeah, interesting.
No, you go to prison.
And that all stuff already has happened. Isn't that
here? No, it hasn't.
No, hasn't a revelation already happened, they say?
Oh, that I don't know. But I'm just saying that, the mark of the beast isn't here because you can still buy and sell and be free. Think and do however you
That's
please.
What you think. You cross those lines a little too much, you'll get debanked.
Sure.
Yeah, but I think it's already happened and come and gone, and and it comes and goes all the time.
Talking about Revelation, whatever happened there. But I'm just saying that's the mark of the beast is still around.
Yeah, I think it's on everybody.
Yeah, everybody until you overcome.
Yep.
And then you get the seal of God. Huh?
Nice. Yeah.
Does that sound nice?
With our names written in the Lamb's Book of Life.
That's right. And you said the words Kingdom of Heaven.
Uh-huh.
That's a movie. It's a great movie.
Kingdom of God or Kingdom of Heaven?
I think it's of heaven.
Whoa. Oh, no. Oh, okay.
And it's about the Crusades, one of the last fights or something.
Not to be confused with City of God is what I'm thinking, the Brazil movie.
Yeah. That's a great movie, too.
It is. I don't remember what it was about. It was kind of rough, if I remember right, but anyway.
It's not for on air.
Yeah.
Okay.
Great call.
Have a good weekend, Hake.
Thank you. Appreciate you. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, space. It's fake, guys. Space is, space.com at least, is fake news. Let me go back to this. I was showing you guys this, and it's no good. Shout out to Carver. Thank you, sir. Here, let me refresh. Oh, Lord. Whatever. Okay. But look at this. Watch. I saw several of these. I wonder if this will work. I can't even see. 150, 200. Let's do 200. I'm a boomer. I don't understand this stuff, but this is not necessary. Okay. Space is fake. Space.com is fake news. Anyway. And look at this from space.com. No Boeing's Starliners, NASA astronauts are not stranded in space, so claims the editor of space.com/Elizabeth Howell, posted just a few days ago, the 31st of July. Right? Just a few days ago, about a week ago. The supposedly 10-day mission is now nearing 2 months in space for a good reason. If it's for a good reason, does that mean they're not stuck? If it's supposed to be 10 days and it turns into 2 months and possibly 8 months or something like that, because it could be 6 months more, then that means they're stuck. I'm stuck up here for 2 months, 6 months or however many months. Look at all these comments on space.com. I may check those out. But look at this totally real picture. It's so real. I don't know if it's real. It doesn't look real, actually. But it's cool. Captures the imagination. The big, beautiful, obvious globe horizon, the speeding stuff, and this capsule. Is it Boeing Starliner docked at the International Space Station during crew flight test in July 2024? Oh, it's not a drawing. Image credit NASA. Oh, it says image credit, not photo credit. So it might not be a photo. Boeing Starliner has 2 astronauts, the man and the woman, knew to expect the unexpected when they took off the... that doesn't mean anything. Expect the unexpected. Wait and see. They knew to wait and see when they took off on the first crewed mission June 5th. I know, but it was supposed to be 10 days. I learned this back in March when they hosted reporters, agencies, blah, 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 blah. But anyway, they're saying that they're not stuck, but they are stuck. They're stuck. Liars. No, they're not stranded in space. Yeah, they are. They're stranded. Why Boeing's Starliner is still not ready to return to Earth? We're not stuck. So says this guy who's a spokesman. Easy for you to say, look at this beautiful picture. Over the obvious globe, the land and the sea. Isn't that pretty? July 3rd, we're not stuck. Why Starliner is not... Boeing makes airplanes poorly, and then makes spaceships poorly. Shout out to Boeing. I'm kidding around, Boeing. You make it great. Just like Pizza Hut. Making it great. When astronauts Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams lifted off from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station in Florida. No, I don't like UNPR. June 5th. They thought they'd be back in plenty of time for the Juneteenth holiday. More like Devil Day. It's not holy. Definitely not the... Anyway, whatever. The two were test driving Boeing's newest spaceship called Starliner. Take it on a test drive. All they had to do was put it through its paces, dock briefly with the ISS, International Space Station, and come on home. The entire mission was supposed to last around a week. Instead, a series of leaks and malfunctions have caused NASA, which does not mean lies nor to deceive. I looked it up. To indefinitely delay. Wow, you split your infinitive. It's to delay indefinitely, or indefinitely to delay the duo's return. Just whatever you do, don't say they're stranded. See, even NPR knows to mock them. We're not stuck on ISS, said Mark Nappy. Easy for you to say, you're not even up there, buddy. Boeing's vice president for its commercial crew program told reporters, we're not stuck. The crew is not in any danger. There's no increased risk when we decide to bring Suni and Butch back to Earth. So there's the happy pair. They're not a couple. They're a pair. And I heard that SpaceX is going to have to go save them. Elon Musk's SpaceX. And that's why it might be another 6 months. Crazy, huh? They want to split hairs when they say they're not stuck. That's what I said. Actually, Reddit bro stuff. Amid a delay, the former astronaut, blah, blah, blah. Why is it making me do that? Whatever. Anyway. Boom. A former astronaut, another astronaut was stuck in space, and he talked about it. Anyway, I just found it interesting that they're stuck, but they don't want to admit that they're stuck. Enough of that, right? Enough of that. Oh, but let me show this stuff to you guys. Let me bring this in here. Lord have mercy. Okay. Give me a sec. Okay, here we go. Space is so real. Check this out, guys. I'll bring this over here. Where did it go? Okay. This shout out to I got this, I don't know, around the time of my birthday or something. I don't even know if it was for me necessarily. But it was this book. You Are Here. Shout out to the person who sent it to me. You Are Here. Photographs from the International Space Station. My NASA handler sent it to me. I have competing handlers. I have my handlers who are okay. I have my handlers who are, look at that astronaut. Cool, huh? Will this grab and move? Nice. I'm learning. I'm a boomer. Photographs from the International Space Israel Station. You Are Here, around the world in 92 minutes. Wow, they go around the world that quickly. Chris Hadfield, author of the national bestseller An Astronaut's Guide to Life on Earth. Is that a real picture? And that's not the moon. This is just a cursor. Cool, huh? Okay, so let me zoom on back out. And let's see. Nice. Look at this picture. Will you look at this? Let me see if I can zoom in on this. Look at this. That's a satellite photo from space of I forget what. Nature's what? Graffiti, they're calling it. Oh, Lord. Trying to act like nature's black. Nature's like a city graffiti artist. Has a sense of irony. These sandstone formations on the Enedi Plateau in northeast Chad, that's in Africa, are surrounded on all sides by desert with not a farm or even a road or a chicken to cross in sight, whence animals and humans did live here supposedly. Some of the rocks are covered with vibrant Neolithic paintings. Whoa, so people painted on them? Isn't that so cool? Kind of. Color is kind of off because I guess the color is off. It's sort of orangey, brownish, greenish. Is this interesting to you guys? No? I can't really see the chat right now. Okay, so there's that. Very cool. Whoa, that one's cool. Do you see that? Let me show you guys this. Nevado de Colima and Volcán de Colima in Mexico. And look at this greenery. See, Mexico's pretty. At least from far up. What in the world? Look at that. Is that snow or just white washed out sand? Or what? But that's pretty cool. Don't you think it's pretty cool? Here, let me zoom out a little. Zoom in a bit. Look. Papa. Isn't it cool? Do you flat earthers think that these satellites was this taken from a weather balloon or something? Oh, hey, it's just whatever. Look at this, Africa. Dang, shout out to Africa. We love you, Africa. Right? Here, let me take me off. Wow. Will you look at that? Here, let me move over here and zoom in. Africa. No wonder everybody wants to go in there and exploit Africa. No wonder they just sit there and don't do anything with the land like bumps on a log. Look how pretty from high up. I'm kidding around, Africans. Shout out. The Sahara marching south through central Sudan. Wind is the artist here, pushing red sand off that ragged line of cliffs, polishing the barren area below. So those of you who are listening on audio feed or podcast, you can check out the video on Substack. I upload video on Substack now, as well as YouTube and Rumble and BitChute and other places. But it's pretty cool stuff. We're looking at satellite photos of Earth, and from high up, sort of bird's eye view, except higher than birds go, I think. Delicate veins and colors of the underlying rock. We're looking at a spread, sort of sort of a spread, 2-page spread in this Space is Real book. You are here. Oh, here. Pardon me. Of Africa. Cool, huh? Anyway. There might be like 1 or 2 more pictures. Here, bear with me. Let me see how many. I think that's it. Hold on. Click. Zoom all the way out. Oh, boy. Oh, my goodness. Isn't that awesome? Which way is up? Up is relative to where you are on Earth. How come it's upside down? In space, you can go all the way up. Is this annoying? Look, we're looking at clouds, and it has upside down writing. It says which way is up. It says maps tell us that north is up and south is down, but from a window of a spaceship that's real, you can see north and south are not fixed realities. Yeah, they're just relative to where you are on the world. But once you're out of that world, where are you? Lines of latitude and longitude are reference points invented by human beings. Shout out to the human beings to help us navigate the world. Your frame of reference is no longer the same when you're orbiting or rotating and warping when you're orbiting our rotating planet in the endless curve of the Earth. Curve of the Earth, babies! In your face. It is stretching and warping familiar shapes to the point where they're not recognizable. Where should the north arrow point to the moon, the sun, another galaxy altogether? It can be disorienting to see look at the bottom, whoa! To see, look, this is above the sky, but yet it's below their sky, the sky. Cool. Universally speaking. Cool, huh? I think it's cool. Oh, Epic Times. NASA was created in July 29th, 1958. Just however many years ago. I don't know what that is. Cool pictures. Okay. Nice, huh? I think it's cool. You look at... They're talking about the warp. You look closely at this. All I see is from here to... here. When I'm that close, I only see there. I don't see the whole hemisphere. And so it's looking like Africa is all huge and taking up most of the world. Isn't that interesting? Obvious glow, babies. In your face. Anyway. I don't know what use all that was for you guys. NASA's going back to the moon and your vote still counts. Says Dead Reckoning. Okay. Pardon me, guys. Strange interlude. But yeah, they are stuck. So space.com is fake news. Let me get to William in California is on the line here. William, thank you for calling and holding there, man. What's up? How you doing?
Hey, James. Excuse me.
Hey, good to hear from you.
Eating lunch. I'm sorry. I was waiting while I was eating lunch while I was waiting.
Okay, I understand.
Sorry about that. I just wanted to comment on, like, confrontation and, when people hate another race or whatever. I think it is true. I think one of your callers, I don't know who it was earlier, you become what you hate.
Yeah, it's so true, man.
I think that actually becomes true.
Yeah.
You ever notice, like, you know, when Jesse asks people, do you love white people? And they don't want to answer it.
Right.
Yeah, so that he's doing that on purpose, and a lot of the people that don't answer is like, you know what it is they want to. I think it keeps them stuck. It's kind of hard to say.
It what?
It's kind of hard to explain it. It seems like it keeps people stuck in that
Yes.
mindset.
Right.
Like being resentful, I think, is what it's more like, you know. And he asks us that question for a reason.
That's true.
It's like, if you will become what you hate.
That's right. And you really do. It's wild. Like the blacks rioting over something before they even know what the real story is, and the whites rioting, and they don't even know. Some of them think that the person was a fresh newcomer, and it doesn't matter because he shouldn't be there in the first. He shouldn't have been. His parents shouldn't have been allowed to stay and have him in UK over there, in my opinion. The Rwandan genocide refugees. They should have either gone back or gone to a different neighboring country, because Rwanda's not directly next door to England. So I'm with them on the principle that this stuff shouldn't be happening, but the way that they're overreacting to it and all caught up and thinking that a more civilized approach and a long game approach is somehow cowardice. It's pretty ridiculous. They're not thinking straight.
Bad as, and like when you said blacks overreact to when they look at police officers, they have this anxiety about police officers.
They're bringing it to pass.
Yeah,
self-fulfilling prophecy.
Like last week you had a guest that was, I think he was mulatto. I think he was implying that one of his parents is black and one is white. And I noticed that he mentioned Richard and Mildred Loving. Now, that's kind of like stretching it, because even this person that was on your show Friday, your guest, I think it was Friday.
Yeah.
I did not call in, but it caught my ear when he mentioned the Loving couple.
Okay.
White man, black woman. It's an old story. It's from the mid-50s. Well, the young man that you had on your show, even though his parents, he comes from a mixed marriage, even those parents of his are not even old enough to remember that story. So I guess what I'm getting at is that if you know things used to happen, you know, during Jim Crow and the slavery thing and all of this stuff, and people like to cry racism,
right?
But they do a disservice to their great-grandparents and ancestors by claiming they know something about that. Because you really don't. None of us are really that are walking around right now, James.
Yeah.
We're really not that. We're not that age to even claim anything like that.
Right.
You're being very shameful to your ancestors.
It is. It's really a shame to yourself. You're making a fool of yourself.
It's fake valor.
Yeah, it's stolen valor. Yeah. You're in your head and you're making problems that shouldn't even exist. It reminds me of there was a great segment on the Jesse Lee Peterson show about Booker T. Washington saying it's a great folly. It's one of the extremist follies to try to agitate for your rights or whatever, rather than just put your head down and work and earn respect, rather than demand respect. Earn it.
And if you have to promote it, now to get this one, if you have to promote it, it's probably shaky information.
True. Interesting.
You like to talk about the Hebrew Israelites when their argument is so silly that even like the ones that are over in Israel, they're not even welcome over there. And I notice a lot of times you get threatened that Judgment Day is coming and they're going do something and something's going to happen to you. I hear that all the time on the show, and sometimes it's borderline threatening.
Right. True.
I would like anybody to ask me that question to my face, and I would look at them and say, well, you don't have a flag or a nation or a navy or an army
right.
to change anything.
Yeah.
Where's this judgment going to come from? And even the ones that are over there in Israel, the things that are going on in Israel right now in the Middle East have nothing to do with Israelites.
Right.
Well, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And it has to be when you promote something a lot and really hard.
Right. Uh-huh.
It's not really legit, because I don't even think the Hebrew Israelites, been known about them for a long time.
Right.
I don't buy it like you do, but I can tell you this. You're promoting it too hard for it to be true.
No, I don't believe them either. I play along with it.
Yeah.
And I think it's silly. It's kind of like you're just
You're not even as legit as the Nation of Islam.
That's pretty illegitimate. You're right. And there are things that I respect about them, about both of those groups, that they are somewhat religious. In a sense, they are somewhat religious in a worldly sense, and they try to follow, good ethics or moral values, and their lives improve because they're working, being family oriented.
I noticed that you say that, and I respect it.
Uh-huh.
And to a certain degree, I do agree with you. But then again, you shoot it down the curve; it goes down the drain with the behavior.
True. Yeah, I know. I mean, so many of them are so angry and out of control and in your face. And like you said, they're on this kick where they're trying to promote it and spread this conspiracy theory that they're the real Israelites.
I'm not comparing, but I can tell you this. I've never taken anything the wrong way when you talk about the Catholics, right?
Right. It's just all in good fun. And
we were having fun with that just the other day. And, the thing about it, compared to your Israelites, I can tell you, I don't have to advertise the Catholics.
Indeed.
You don't advertise Christianity.
Right.
But I can tell you this, we got schools from kindergarten through medical school. What flag does the Hebrew Israelites have? They're not even welcome in Israel. And it's usually a lot of
times. And if they were smart, they would be friendly with the Israelis.
They're not. They're not.
Yeah, rather than antagonistic. It's kind of like what Booker T. Washington said, what Trump does, what JLP does, what Jesus did, was you work with people and try to be friendly with everybody as far as it depends on you.
Yeah, and it's like usually the kind of people that get into those kind of things have had such a sour taste for America and white people for so long.
Yeah,
they resort to going to something like that, and then I guess they do like the military, tear you down to build you back up.
Right.
And then when they come out of their foxholes, they look down on the next person, but it's like the next person just accepts what their faith is, and they don't advertise it to anybody. They just be what they are.
Yeah, they're just living it. They're just living.
You were teasing me about being Catholic the other day. I didn't even take it personal.
Yeah, because it's not personal. Right.
And it's not personal because if you don't understand it, a lot of statues. Yeah, they do that in the church. They do it in the Catholic Church a lot. But I don't have to explain to you that it's not merely just physically praying to a statue. It's a little bit deeper than that.
Right. Yeah, I've heard some more explanation of it. And I still don't agree with it, but I get it.
Yeah, it's just symbols, and as a kid, sometimes it creeped me out a little bit.
Right.
But I've been baptized as a baby, and that's all I knew.
Yeah.
I never changed. It has nothing to do with downing any other religion, and I've been to all kinds of churches.
Nice.
But, yeah, a lot of times this be a lot of guys that have so many problems that they need something like that. And if you ask one of them, do you love white people, they freeze up.
Yeah, true.
Or I'm not going to celebrate White History Month. Why not?
Yeah.
You spend white money.
Right.
You spend white currency.
How about some appreciation? White appreciation.
Well, you know, Will don't have nothing against the white guys. I mean, and I actually respect the ones that stand up for themselves more.
Yeah.
The worst thing in the world is the one I don't like is when something happens to somebody black with a police officer, which, by the way, if you look at the stats, black people were killed by police less than anybody.
Yeah, compared to their interactions with police, that's true. Man, William, appreciate you, man. I got to keep it moving.
Have a good week.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
You as well. Take care.
Nice conversation, and thank you.
All right. Yeah, thank you. Mark in Los Angeles on the line. Mark, thank you for calling and holding there, man. How you doing?
Very good. Thanks for taking the call. I appreciate it.
Right on.
Just real quick on Jaime. He calls in every day. He has nothing. Didn't he try to change his name one time?
No. Oh, yeah, he did. Jimmy. He tried to go by Jimmy for a while.
What's that? What's that? And he couldn't even tell you what his complaint about me was in regards to our conversation the other day. I'm sure he's listening. I said toward the end of our talk that the people should consider and remember the last minute or two of those two little white girls' lives, the agony, the evil that they must have felt. Somehow that went over his head. And the other thing, isn't he the character that called in about a month or two ago and condemned me for getting the race of the victim on the lasso situation in New York a couple months ago by calling her Hispanic and trying to degrade me because I called her white?
Maybe. Might have been him.
He's another malcontent looking for issues with me on tiny, nothing issues.
Oh, a malcontent like CJ in Texas, you mean?
Exactly. We haven't heard from him. What happened to him anyway?
Oh no, he's still a faithful viewer, supporter of the Bond Network, the JLP, Punchy TV, American Anchor Baby, and stuff. Is
he on some kind of crazy diet?
Yeah, he's a carnivore diet guy.
Well, that's fine. He tried to accuse me of saying that he was not very smart because of lack of carbs. But I never said that.
Yeah, somebody else might have said that. That might have been me or somebody.
I personally eat a balanced diet.
Nice.
But I don't even know why that would be an issue for the guy.
Right.
But basically, that's what I wanted to talk about. I wasn't even going to call today. I was just going to sit back and have the people call in who either hate me or like me. I got a new shout out for Golden Rule TV.
Nice.
Do you know who I'm speaking of?
Yeah, I've seen him in chat and in the comments sometimes. Definitely, I've interacted with him a touch. Yeah,
he's a real character. He loves me.
Nice.
And I appreciate that. And the other guy that I like is Sergey Berger.
Oh yeah, I disavow the name, but he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy.
Really, do these people ever call in?
Not that I'm aware of.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know. The other thing, I don't know really what to talk about here. We pretty much talked everything out.
Did you hear my comments about you? There was an interesting point that William made, and I don't think that William was necessarily talking about you, but I did think of you in the becoming what you hate thing. Right now, you know how blacks see something happen between whites and blacks. A white has to kill a black. And the black thinks, oh, the white killed the black because the black is racist. Likewise, you saw this case of this 17-year-old black African Rwandan anchor baby in the UK stabbed those little girls to death, white girls to death. And you're thinking that it's race, it's immigration, and we need to riot and attack these people.
I never said we need to riot, but okay, what other motivation could the Rwandan guy have had to kill those innocent girls? What possible motivation other than race could there have been?
He could have just been crazy listening to Satan. It was evil at heart, whether it was race or not, whether the race was an added little thing or not. It was evil.
That was the only thing.
but it's not the only thing because
No, in this case.
Evil.
Yes.
Evil.
Well, no, but I mean, he targeted them, in my belief, it's my belief, because they were white. I know there was one Hispanic girl in there, but...
Well, I called her Hispanic based on the name of her. She sounded like she had a Hispanic name, so I'm kind of assuming that it's Hispanic. But you sounded like you were saying that you should hold accountable the people who were housing him.
Well, I'm talking about the neighbors, his Rwandan neighbors. Believe me, these kind of
Was
people...
he living with his parents? Do you have?
That's the story I got.
Yeah, I don't know but he was insane. He's evil, and so many people these days are, whether they're, especially those people, you know.
Well, I know, but it's still race motivated.
I don't know if it's irrelevant whether it's race motivated though. Why is that relevant?
Well, because like you said, the man, he's not a man.
Shouldn't even be here.
He didn't belong in the UK.
Right.
And then he attacks the race of the people that allowed this savage to move there.
It's kind of like Trump documenting all of the illegal aliens who've killed Americans. I get that.
That's fair.
Right. I'm for that.
Well, that's good. Now, the other thing, I don't want to forget to mention this. On the news last night, the communist government of England are going after anybody in England that goes on the internet and complains about illegal immigration. Even if you repost, you don't have to put the post out, but if you repost someone else's feelings negative against these invaders, you could actually go to jail.
Yeah, you know what?
They actually want to jail white people for speaking out against these criminal invaders.
That if that's true, which I wouldn't doubt it because there's no low to how far they'll sink. They already have cops showing up at people's doors, and I think people get arrested for street preaching against homosexuality over there. And that's been for 10, 12, 15 years, maybe. I'll tell you what, when I'm online and I'm on X or I'm on the social media nowadays, and even when I'm speaking here on my show, I try to stay aware and not fall into reposting anything that I'm not sure about and reposting anything that's edgy like that. And I myself am sort of edgy, but...
but isn't it all covered by the First Amendment?
No, not really. I mean, it is, but it should be. But in reality, like I tried to tell Art, I don't know if you remember Art from Ohio.
Oh, sure.
I tried to tell...
Art.
Yeah, Art. I tried to tell him we have no Second Amendment. We have no First Amendment. Because, look, it's so violated by the powers that be, you know? Under Trump, under Elon Musk, I would love to push free speech. But just know that they can clamp... If they can find a way to clamp down on you, they will, and don't give them the excuse.
Well, here's the thing. In regards to Elon Musk, he actually threatened to sue some organization that monitors advertisers and tries to get them to go to liberals and to shut out the conservatives. So X under Musk, and I think it's Rumble, were going to sue these creeps. And they went out of business the next day.
Wow.
So there's hope. But what I was getting at is, in the England situation, they're going after white Christians who repost and post the truth about the invaders. But they had an invader. He was an imam in that news segment that I saw. And he actually said in English, we should slit the throats of non-believers.
Whoa. I disavow that.
They didn't arrest him.
I know, because they get preferential treatment.
Well, I know, but now that they got a commie government, the white people in Britain are really going to be oppressed. I mean, they're really going to start losing their rights.
That's that's another reason why I'm condemning these riots, because you guys who are rioting, not you personally. I'm talking to my English brothers who are rioting, if they're rioting. That you're only bringing more trouble on yourself. You're giving the government an extra excuse to clamp down on you. Whereas if you kept your head down, they wouldn't notice you. They wouldn't have as much of a reason to be able to come after you.
Well, I could tell you this much. The Islamists and the terrorists over there, they love to hear, just keep your head down and be quiet so we can continue to rape your little girls and stab them to death. We want you to behave, be quiet, and go to the corner. So they're taking your advice.
No, but that's not exactly true because,
but
hold on, but the rioting is working out even worse.
So what do we do?
Get more Trumps in local and state.
Well, they just got a commie win the election. Though.
I know. That's why you just have to play the long game. Do what Booker T. Washington encouraged the blacks and whites to do, which is to work with the people around you and do business with the people around you the best that you can, and hopefully you'll have a man's chance to at least have money to move away if you need to, or protect yourself or whatever.
We can't run forever. I mean, the white man left the cities.
I know, but let's say you stay where you are and you just have a good relationship with your neighbors. Then you'll be a little bit more protected than if you're an angry neighbor that nobody likes.
Yeah, well, if you go to, like, in the Midwest where I'm from,
yeah,
the neighborhood I grew up in was 100% white when I was growing up there in the 60s. We had to move. I mean, they were coming in like roaches.
Right.
And if we had stayed there, like you're suggesting, we would have been robbed.
No, but you just said we can't keep running. So I'm giving you the point that you. Yeah, I'm fine with the white flight. I understand the white flight. I'm for the white flight. But if let's say you can't move, or it's not the right time to move, you should know wherever you are, you should be having good relationships with your neighbors and the people whom you work with, so that when stuff does go down, at least those people aren't going to be coming for you first. They're not going to report you. And you keep quiet, too. You don't tell them what you're about so that they don't report you to the government, because the government's going to come get you. You know, communism?
I know what you're saying and where you're coming from, but think about it. Doesn't that make you a second-class citizen?
Yeah, except that you're a second-class citizen. You're a second-class citizens, and rioting is going to make you a third-class prisoner.
Well, you're right, but again, what's the alternative?
Just be second class and hold your chin up, because in your heart you're a king.
You know what's funny?
Children of the king.
And I'll make this quick.
Yeah.
In my home state, which I won't name, they had Hell's Angels that would move into black areas because it was cheap, and there were a gang of them, and they got a pretty rough reputation, and the blacks left them alone. Now if you want to be the Hell's Angels and go live amongst these people and have diversity, you better be armed, and you better have a lot of brothers with you. The Hells Angels pick these black neighborhoods to live in because they know it's cheap. It's going to be harder for the cops to come after them because of the neighborhood they're in. And they know the blacks there are going to leave them alone because, the muscle, the guns, and the number of white brothers that are there. Now, I don't condone drugs or criminal activity by that group. Like I said before, I admire them for their racial solidarity. And you have to remember, although they fly the swastika, they don't fly the hammer and sickle. So isn't that kind of strange which symbol they chose to use? And one last thing on them. They were organized after World War II and in California, and they were ex-military. Almost all the original Hells Angels were World War II vets.
Whoa.
And the reason, Sonny Barger said one of the reasons he was the leader of the group.
Didn't Tucker Carlson speak at his funeral?
He probably did.
Something about Sonny Barger, something for him. Anyway, go ahead.
But the reason they use the swastika is because they feel they defeated the Germans, and that gives them the right to wear that flag.
Oh.
What do you think about that?
I don't have an opinion at this point. I don't have a big opinion. I think that the flag is kind of in your face. It's kind of a symbol of anger right now. And
to me, it's a symbol of anti-communism.
Fair, but it's also a knowing that it's so not kosher to do that, to fly
Says
it.
Who?
Is say so many people. So many
What,
people say it.
Hollywood?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that I say it's not good, but the world says that it's not good to fly it. The people,
Well,
the
okay,
worldly
that
people.
symbol did more to kill communism than any other, including the American flag, more than any other symbol on earth.
Maybe, but
The
I'll tell you
swastika
what.
defeated communism in Europe everywhere.
Is
and
it-
the only three nations to defeat communism in history
Uh-huh.
were Germany, Spain, and Italy.
The problem is with your statement that communism is not the only evil. The evil gets into not just the communists. The evil is in the anti-communists too. You know, the devil works in everybody. So it's a
Well, I would
spiritual
put it this
battle.
way. Okay, I would say it this way: Nazism and the swastika appeal to whites and Christians. The hammer and sickle, the symbol of communism, appeals to Jews and Negroes. That would be one way to break down these symbols. And I think
I get
that's
you.
pretty
I get
fair.
you. It's fair, but you're missing the good versus evil part of it, because
Well,
evil
no, the
works.
evil are the communists.
It's not, but they're not the only evil ones.
Well, in what we're talking about here.
Right, but the point is, it's a spiritual battle, and evil gets into. Remember when we fought communism under Reagan and stuff like that?
Right.
And yet we still turned communist. So.
But he did defeat Reagan did bring down the Berlin Wall.
He defeated foreign communism, but meanwhile, in like our domestic communism, took over. So
Well,
that's
you're
what
right.
and not only that, but even among the Christians, even among the anti-communists, there's division and hatred and cowardice, like you've pointed out before, and all kinds of people going too far, people going overboard, fighting against communists, like they'll even kill little kids, like they've done to us.
But you're missing one thing.
Uh-huh.
In the 60s, for example, when the Klan was big, they had so many FBI informants in the group, they were fighting each other. So the government had a lot to do with breaking that group. And I know a lot of your fans, a lot of the people listening are cheering that, but the FBI is truly an evil group. They are truly evil. The Klan's better than the FBI. The FBI hates white people. The Klan loves white people. But when you talk about fighting within the anti-communist movement, you have to remember the government, the FBI specifically targets these groups, sends informers into the groups who act as, what's that word they use?
Subversion.
Provocateurs.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Provocateurs. They use the same tactics that the FBI and our deep state are using against the Trump campaign are identical.
But
to what they
it shouldn't.
planned in the 60s.
But it shouldn't.
It was called Operation COINTELPRO.
Okay,
they
right.
Put informants, into the group, caused disruption, and you may not know about this. In the case of Viola Luisa, who was killed in 1965 by four Klansmen, the guy who pulled the trigger was an FBI man.
Whoa.
Okay, but they all went to prison. They were initially found not guilty by a Alabama court, but the commie feds retried them, which was unconstitutional, violated the double jeopardy law. But the civil rights law itself is unconstitutional, and that's one of the reasons, because they violate double jeopardy by retrying these Klansmen as an example. But they did it with the LAPD officers in the Rodney King case, too. Same evidence, same witnesses, same case, which makes it double jeopardy. But because it violated, quote unquote, the civil rights business, they were retried. So I'm not just talking about the Klan. I'm talking about cops. Anywhere where they can't get them at a state level, it'll go to the feds. But they never do it with the Negroes.
Interesting.
How many federal charges have been filed against BLM or Antifa?
I don't even know.
Zero.
No, that's not exactly true, man. Antifa.
Name one.
I can't name any, but I know that there has been incidences in which there were some people who were wearing masks and they weren't supposed to, and they got charged. There's like little lightweight charges on some of these people.
Right.
Anyway,
Lightweight.
yeah.
Okay. Well, I appreciate your time, Hake. God bless you and have a good weekend.
I appreciate you, Mark in Los Angeles. Take care, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Rika, Frederick in Los Angeles. Frederick. I was going to try to get to you, man. Wow. We're at 10 till the top of the hour. Normally, I have to start to wrap it up because I like to end 5 minutes early for Joel Friday. But there is no Joel Friday TV today, guys. The Fallen State is happening. TheFallenState.tv. Let me see if it's scheduled already. It probably is, huh? And I have something that I might be able to show you guys before I play a beautiful Fob Friday song. Let's see. Indeed, Doctors Michael and Barbara Grossman join Jesse, episode 368. And then, of course, American Anchor Baby. No Joel, even though I just sent you guys in the live chat on YouTube the Joel Friday TV stuff. Make sure you do follow him. And call into his show. He's pretty interesting. Mark, the best caller, hands down. Rika, I wanted to get to you, but that's all right. Let me double check for any super chats, guys. Thank you, everybody who's supported. The D-Live crew, I think I feel like I owe it to you to say what's up to you guys. D-Live crew, thank you, Army Ann, for the support and for the 2-month sub streak. That's cool. Shout out, guys. Popcorn Thump Keg bought a coffee. You seem to have a double standard when it comes to the idea of getting into your imagination, says he. And he may be right. When people speculate about what Trump really... Oh, here, let me show this to you guys. Oops, not that one. Let me bring you over Studio 8. Oops, doxed the computer. Where's my buy me a coffee? Is it over here? Nope. Is it here? Aha. I'm refreshing. Popcorn's Thump Keg says... You seem to have a double standard when it comes to the idea of getting into your imagination. When people speculate about what Trump really means when he says something, or when people comment on things like callers like Mark have had to say and the meaning behind it, you go, that's not what they said, or get out of your imagination. Basically telling people to try stop reading into what people mean beyond what they actually say. Yeah, like when I hesitate to say this, but I'm going to say it in a clean way. Mark has said a buzz phrase that to you guys means something, but to him, it doesn't mean that thing. And I know that it doesn't mean that thing because, for one, he called it the Blanca hoax. Blanca hoax. So, anyway. But you yourself have referred to Obama's comment about... If I had a son, he'd look like Trayvon several times. First of all, if you put their pictures side by side, they do favor each other, Obama and Trayvon. You think so? You think all blacks don't look alike, Popcorn Thump Keg. But anyway, so it stands to reason that if he had a son, Trayvon would fit the picture. I mean, especially with Michelle, because Michelle's a bit darker, right? You added all those extras on it by trying to insinuate that what he was trying to say or really... do what he was trying to do this or really meant that, and that's not what he said. So says Popcorn Thump Cake. And what's the purpose of him saying it? What's the purpose of him saying it? Because he definitely had Black Lives Matter at the White House. And Black Lives Matter speculated that it was racism. He's saying he would look like me, meaning black. It's not like, because let's face it, Obama doesn't have a son. So, no. So why is it okay for you to go into your imagination on the Obama-Trayvon thing? It's not imagination. He was making it about race. Oh, man. Pardon me. I have a toothpick in my hip. But no one else. I'm not in my imagination about that. You're in your imagination about me being in my imagination. But I kind of get what you're saying, because he didn't actually say, oh, it's about race. But everybody was speculating that it was about race. And why, if he was president, why would he, and trying to set a good example, rather than merely just being like, I sympathize this young man. He'd only seen, by the way, a 12-year-old picture of him, not a 17-year-old grown young man. Let me guess, we all know what he meant, right? That's usually your fallback when you can't prove what you're saying. I pretty much argued a good case, man. You don't want to admit it? Do you want to pretend that he wasn't trying to talk about race? You going to pretend that? Had Trump made a similar comment about Rittenhouse, you'd take no issue with it or try to read into it. The reality is Trump wouldn't say that because that's a ridiculous statement. Obama said it because it's a ridiculous statement. I've said stuff like, this guy looks like he could be my but I'm just relating. I'm not a president who's trying to stoke racial division, which was all Obama did. All Obama did. The reality is, you don't know what I would do with what Trump would say. And Trump has a totally, completely different spirit on the race issue and on practically everything else from Obama. Everything else I can think of. Trump is for unity. Obama's for division. Trump is for loving the blacks, but not pretending that this racism stuff needs Black Lives Matter involvement. Obama had Black Lives Matter at the White House. Trump didn't try to make every little evil interaction between blacks and cops about race. Obama did. Popcorn's thump cake. You're being black. Even in your intellectualism. Trying to play a gotcha on me. You are in your imagination. You're lost. You remind me of Mark sometimes when I'm trying to reason with him and he's too stubborn to get it. And I know that Mark is a little bit crazy when he's on a kick. You're on a kick right now, Popcorn's thump keg. You're in your imagination, about me being in my imagination. Now, there may be times that you catch me where I may go overboard or overzealous. You got me. And I'm wrong. Let's say I go overzealous or whatever. I'm wrong. Oh my gosh, I can't play my song. You got me. See, you got me, Popcorn Stump Cake. That's nice. You got me overreacting and losing my place. I don't think I can play this track now. Let's see what I can do. Is this the song? I gotta end, guys. Enjoy this track. Boom. I'm just gonna go kind of overtime, but I'm gonna lose my place. Adios, America. Joao Friday TV not coming up next. Where are we? In the world. Whatever. Here, let's just see if this works. Oh, yes. Men's History Month. A man should be... A man must strengthen himself. Ha! George Lamb. Lin Yan Chin's favorite song. Yes, it is. George Lamb, a man must strengthen himself. Strong man. Huh. Ha!
讓海天為我聚能量，去開天闢地，為我理想去闖。遊行的空廣闊豪氣揚，幾時能別當起強？
呵，哈，
同步挺胸，大家作棟梁，做好漢，用我8.2耀出千分光，做個好漢子，熱血熱場戲。
Wow, look at this.
熱星紅日光，做個好漢子。
Thanks, Hake.
熱血熱場戲。
I'm gonna find this song on YouTube and dislike it.
熱星紅日光。
I'm way over time, guys. Adios, America. Joel Friday. No Joel Friday.
B, and
Whoa.
I bumbled my way in here.
Thank you. Bye, guys. Peace in the Middle East, or at least in your hearts. Bye.